On this grey November morning, the world of theatre feels dimmer. We have lost Sir Tom Stoppard. He passed away peacefully at 88, surrounded by family in his Dorset home. For those who adore the stage, this loss is immense. Stoppard was more than a writer. He was a magician of language, an architect of thought. He spun life's grandest questions into stories that dazzled with intelligence, humour, and humanity. For over 60 years, his name meant theatrical genius. His plays were adventures, challenging and exhilarating. His influence is everywhere, woven into the DNA of modern British drama. Though the curtain falls, his legacy will inspire and provoke for generations. To understand Stoppard's genius, you have to begin with the remarkable story of his early years, a story marked by upheaval, loss, and transformation. Born Thomas Straussler in 1937. Czechoslovakia, he entered the world as a Jewish child just as the shadow of Nazism began to fall across Europe. As the threat grew, his family was forced to flee, first escaping to Singapore, and then, after tragedy struck with the loss of his father during the war, finding refuge in India. In India, his mother remarried a British Army Major, Kenneth Stoppard, who not only gave the family his name, but also a new sense of belonging and identity in a world that had been turned upside down. Eventually, the family settled in Britain. For young Tom, this meant starting over yet again, this time as an outsider, a boy with a foreign past, observing English life from the margins. This journey, spanning continents, cultures, and identities, profoundly shaped his imagination. It sparked his lifelong fascination with themes of chance, destiny, and the search for meaning in a world shaped by history's unpredictable tides. He knew from a young age what it felt like to be a minor character in a much larger drama, always watching, always adapting, never quite at the centre. The experience of displacement and the struggle for survival echo through his plays, giving them a unique emotional weight and authenticity that audiences feel deeply. In many ways, his life's journey, marked by escape, adaptation, and reinvention, was the first and perhaps the greatest story he ever told. The outsider's perspective became his superpower, allowing him to see the world with both detachment and deep empathy. It's the secret behind his extraordinary empathy and the insight that runs through all his work, making his plays resonate across generations. Before conquering the stage, Tom Stoppard's journey began in the bustling world of journalism, where the clatter of typewriters and the urgency of deadlines shaped his earliest ambitions. At just 17, he boldly skipped university, choosing instead to cut his teeth at the Western Daily Press, a decision that would set the tone for his unconventional path. The newsroom became his classroom. There, Stoppard learned to write with clarity and wit, to observe the world with a sharp eye, and to capture the essence of a story in just a few lines. As a theatre critic, he sat in darkened auditoriums, absorbing the rhythms of dialogue and the architecture of drama, gradually understanding what made a play come alive. But the critic's chair soon felt confining. Eager to create rather than critique, Stoppard began writing radio and television plays, experimenting with form and voice, and discovering the thrill of invention. In 1966, he took a bold leap, reimagining Shakespeare's Hamlet through the eyes of its minor characters in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead, a play that would change his life forever. The play was an instant sensation, dazzling audiences and critics alike, and catapulting Stoppard from a promising young writer to an international phenomenon almost overnight. With razor-sharp dialogue, intricate structure, and a restless philosophical curiosity, Stoppard's unique voice was unmistakable, his work brimming with intelligence and wit. Leaving the world of newsprint behind, he embraced the stage as his true home, trading headlines for the limitless possibilities of theatre. The lessons he learned as a journalist, curiosity, precision, and a love of language, became the bedrock of his dramatic craft, allowing him to build entire worlds from words. In Tom Stoppard, the theatre found not just a playwright, but a dazzling mind whose stories continue to illuminate the stage and inspire generations. Ask about a Tom Stoppard play, and you'll hear it's very Stoppardian. But what does that really mean? For many, it's a shorthand for a unique blend of intellectual fireworks and theatrical delight, a style that's instantly recognizable and endlessly intriguing. That means dazzling wordplay, wit and language as a character itself. Stoppard's scripts are alive with clever turns of phrase, puns and jokes that reward careful listening. Every line is crafted with precision, inviting audiences to savor the beauty and playfulness of language. His dialogue was a high-wire act, verbal acrobatics that left audiences breathless. Actors leap from idea to idea, balancing humor and seriousness, making each performance a thrilling experience. The energy in the room is palpable, as if everyone is in on a secret game. But beneath the wit lay deep thought. He tackled quantum physics, philosophy, and art with a playful touch. Stoppard's curiosity knew no bounds. He wove complex theories and big questions into his stories, making them both entertaining and thought-provoking. Stoppard made complex ideas accessible, inviting us into fascinating conversations. He encouraged audiences to think, to question, and to see the world from new perspectives, all while keeping them thoroughly entertained. He loved to play with theatre's form, breaking the fourth wall, mixing timelines, crafting intricate structures. Stoppard wasn't afraid to experiment, often surprising audiences with unexpected twists and inventive staging. His plays like Arcadia and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern explored reality, memory, and storytelling itself. These works invite us to reflect on the nature of existence, the passage of time, and the stories we tell ourselves. Yet, for all the intellect, his work was grounded in humanity, characters full of heart, searching for meaning. Stoppard's plays are filled with emotion, vulnerability, and the messy beauty of being human. The Real Thing, for example, is both a clever play about writing and a moving exploration of love. It's a testament to Stoppard's ability to blend sharp intellect with genuine feeling, making his stories resonate on a deeply personal level. Stoppard's magic was the perfect balance of head and heart, a rare gift that continues to inspire, challenge, and delight audiences around the world. Stoppard's career is a landscape of masterpieces that changed theatre itself. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead made existential philosophy hilarious and moving. Jumpers and Travesties dazzled with surreal comedy and intellectual fireworks. Arcadia, perhaps his greatest, wove together science, poetry, and romance across centuries. His later works grew more personal. The Coast of Utopia was a monumental saga, and Leopoldstadt, inspired by his own family, was a powerful farewell. Each play was an event, a puzzle box for audiences to unlock. Stoppard's ambition and range were unmatched. He redefined what theatre could be. Stoppard's genius wasn't confined to the stage. He left his mark on film too. He won an Oscar for Shakespeare in Love, a witty, romantic tribute to theatre and creativity. Earlier, he co-wrote Brazil, blending dark satire with his signature wit. Stoppard was also Hollywood's secret weapon, polishing scripts for blockbusters like Indiana Jones and Star Wars. His fingerprints are on countless films, often uncredited. He understood cinema's language, using images and pacing as deftly as words. Millions have enjoyed his lines without knowing it. His storytelling brilliance transcended mediums. Stoppard's shelves overflowed with honours. 5 Tony Awards, a record for Best Play. His works like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, Travesties, and The Coast of Utopia swept the Tonys. In Britain, he won multiple Olivier Awards, dominating the London stage. He claimed an Oscar for Shakespeare in Love, and the Golden Lion for his film adaptation of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. In 1997, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. These awards mark a journey of excellence and innovation. Stoppard became Sir Tom, a pillar of British culture. His legacy is measured not just in trophies, but in the worlds he created. Tributes have poured in from every corner. Actors, writers, even rock stars. Theatres will dim their lights in his honour. A poignant salute. Mick Jagger called him his favourite playwright, proof of Stoppard's universal appeal. His work united people from all walks of life, transcending boundaries. Fellow playwrights and actors speak of his genius, generosity, and the joy of performing his lines. To act in a Stoppard play was to be given a gift, a script like a finely tuned instrument. He inspired awe, ambition, and admiration in all who worked with him. The world is richer for having had him. The final curtain has fallen, but Stoppard's story endures. His plays and films are living works, performed and rediscovered by new generations. He built a permanent home in our culture, blending wit and depth like no other. Stoppard showed that serious subjects could be explored with lightness and joy. His love of language made the world more magical. His stories matter because they speak to our search for meaning, love, and understanding. In an age of easy answers, he championed complexity and curiosity. Thank you, Sir Tom, for the laughter, wonder, and wisdom. The show, thanks to you, will go on.